Good afternoon and welcome to the Lincoln City Council meeting of January 6, 2025. Happy New Year. Please be advised a copy of the Open Meetings Act is posted at the back of the chambers by the northwest door. Let us all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a short moment of silent meditation, and remain standing if you are able. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The order of business of the City Council is as follows. The clerk will call the items listed on the agenda. Under public hearing, anyone wishing to speak on an item must first register and sign in at the table located in the lobby. The council shall require any member of the public addressing the council to identify themselves, the name of an organization represented by such person, and their address, unless the address requirement is waived to protect the security of the individual. Each speaker should state whether they are speaking in favor or in opposition to the item, and testimony is limited to 5 minutes per speaker. Anyone wishing to speak on an agenda item should come forward after the clerk reads the item and the applicant has presented. After public comments, the applicant may make one short rebuttal. After all public hearings, the council will vote on resolutions and items listed under third reading. On the second and last Mondays of the month, immediately prior to adjournment, anyone may speak on any issue not on the agenda for that day nor planned for a future agenda. We ask that all speakers strive for civility and allow the business of council to proceed unimpeded. Madam Clerk, will you read the first item of business?
Our first item of business today is a reminder that due to the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, City Council will not meet on Monday, January 20th. Next would be our consent agenda, sections 1, sections 2, and 3.
All right. Is there anyone here who'd like to speak on an item listed on the consent agenda? Items 1, 2, and 3. Is there anyone present wishing to speak on an agenda item on consent? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please, let's move to voting.
Item 1A is approving a professional services agreement supplement number 2 for preliminary engineering services between the City of Lincoln and Olson, Inc. for Cornhusker Highway 39th Street to L55X, introduced by Weber.
So moved. Beckius.
Second?
Second, Carlson. Any discussion, councilors? All right, let's proceed to the vote.
Beckius,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 5-0.
All right.
Item 1B is approving the LPA programming agreement between the City of Lincoln and State of Nebraska Department of Transportation for the use of service transportation block grant funds for preliminary engineering, construction, and construction engineering of bridge structure for West South Street crossing over Salt Creek, introduced by Weber.
So moved.
Second?
Second, Carlson. Any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 5-0.
All right.
Item 2A through 2C was introduced by Schob.
So moved. Second?
Second, Carlson. Any discussion on these items? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Carlson,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 5-0.
All right. Let's move on to liquor resolutions.
I'll call item 4A, application of Tailwind LNK LLC, doing business as Tailwind LNK for an additional 2 indoor areas, one on the first floor measuring approximately 65 feet by 38 feet, and one on the second floor measuring approximately 480 feet by 60 feet at 2400 West Adams Street.
All right. Is there anyone here to present on this item? Okay. Do any counselors have questions on this item? All right. All right. Is there anyone here who'd like to speak on this item? Seeing no one coming forward, let's move on to the next item. Madam Clerk?
Item 4B is manager application of Kevin Clark for Zipline Brewing Company, LLC, doing business as Zipline Brewing Company, Beer Hall, located at 5740 Highcote Drive, Suite B.
Okay. Is there anyone here to speak on this item?
I am.
All right.
Hi, Mark Lawson, President of Zipline Brewing, on behalf of Kevin Clark.
Great.
Just here to say he has scheduled his training class for February 13th.
Okay.
So I think we're all set. This is just a changeover from existing to new ownership.
Okay. Thank you for answering
Okay.
that question right off the bat.
All right,
Do any counselors have questions for Mr. Lawson?
No, ma'am.
All right,
great. Well, I'll see you next week.
thank you. And is there anyone else here who'd like to comment on this item, either in support or in opposition? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, let's move forward.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Oh, Mr. Shob, Councilman.
Aye. I'd like to move that we approve items 4A and 4B.
Second,
Second, Beckius, any discussion?
Madam Chair,
Yes,
may I make a motion to amend on item 4A?
yes.
This motion to amend is to correct some of the dimensions that were originally listed in the application.
Okay. Do we have a second on that motion to amend?
Second.
Second, Carlson, thank you very much. As the chair of the ILC, do you have any comments on
I
that?
have none.
Councilman Shob? All right, great. So let's first start with the motion to amend number 1 on item 4A, or on the package.
Do you know if the dimensions changes are, Tom?
City law requested the correction to correct the dimensions for the additions, and my understanding is that the dimensions actually increased to make sure that
Covers everything.
the airport was covering all of the potential areas that could be used for liquor usage, as opposed to a smaller original subset of area. Is that correct? Okay, that's what I thought, but I want to make sure. Okay.
Yep,
All right,
good.
thank you.
I'm good to go.
All right, wonderful. All right, with that, Madam Clerk, would you please read the roll on the motion to amend number 1?
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes,
Motion carried 5-0.
and now the main motion.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 5-0.
All right, thank you very much. Moving forward to public hearing resolutions.
Oh, we still need to make the vote on 4B.
Oh, that was the amendment, and, oh, I thought we were doing let's work on 4B, please. I thought we were doing
Sorry,
them
I thought we
together.
did 4A and 4B at the same
Okay.
time.
I thought we did do 4A and B at the same time.
So we just now
Well,
voted
that-
on the amended. Now do we have to go to the regular?
No, we did that too.
We did the main motion. Can we vote again? Let's vote again.
Okay.
Okay, if you'd
4B.
read item 4B.
Manager application of Kevin Clark for Zipline Brewing Company LLC, doing business as Zipline Brewing Company, Beer Hall, located at 5740 Highcourt Drive, Suite B, introduced by Schob.
So moved.
Second.
Second, Carlson. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Beckius,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Motion carried 5-0.
All right. Now, let's move ahead to public hearing resolutions.
Item 5A is use permit 126H, application of Wilderness Woods Holding LLC to amend the existing use permit to allow freestanding signs to be located at any internal lot or outlot within the boundary of the use permit on property generally located at 8700 Executive Woods Drive.
Good afternoon, council members. My name is Mike Eckert with Civil Design Group on behalf of Wilderness Woods Holdings LLC. This is an amendment to allow a sign in the O3 zoning district to be placed outside of the lot that the building actually sits on. We had to do some replatting out there we converted an area to multifamily and had to do some replatting. And so we have one particular building, the 8700 Executive Woods Drive building, whose sign was in the area we replatted. And in order for them to keep their addresses and not have to move it around to a different road they abut, planning is working with us on this. And so building and safety kind of caught it. And unfortunately, allowing this signage is not one of those items that the planning director can do administratively. They empowered the council to make this decision today to allow this. Essentially, I would call it an off-premise sign And this is a completely contained, as you see in the staff report, a completely contained office park out there, so it has no impact on abutting property. So we would ask that you approve this so that we can permit the sign and they can keep their addresses the same, even though the lots have been slightly modified. So, yeah.
Any other questions, any comments? I did have one question, because I looked at I know what the purpose is, so that people don't have to move their addresses around. But I also noticed that you have a couple of odd-shaped outlots. And I wanted to, it looked like some of those outlots were sort of set there for helping to drain.
There is a drainage way that goes through the property. That outlot's actually owned by the golf course, separate from the office park one. I think one of the exhibits we might have had, the office park, they have an outlot for parking, but the drainage way is owned by the golf course. So it's outside of the boundaries of this use permit for which it would apply.
So no sign could be placed in
No.
any way that might impede
Right,
drainage?
in a 100-year storm event or anything like that.
That's
So, yep.
my only question. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Very good.
All right,
Thank you all.
all right. Is there anyone here who would like to speak on this item, either in support or opposition? Seeing no one come forward, let's move forward.
Call item 5B, approving the contract between the City of Lincoln and Patagonia Health, Inc. for electronic health records replacement for a 5-year term with option to renew for 5 additional 1-year terms.
Good afternoon, Director
Good
Kernan.
afternoon, council members. A little bit of background on this. We have had a electronic health record within the health clinic for a number of years. It's titled Entergy. It's been around since 2019. It's very much a medical model. So as our clinic has really grown and expanded, we're having a hard time making it really work for us, especially as we pull data, we submit claims for billing, and we look at really expanded services. So we are going to be moving it over to Patagonia. It's a system that's been around since about 2019, and it's very much geared toward public health clinics. So when we think about really expanding our services within STIs, refugee health and immunizations, and lab, we'll really be able to integrate those services within that one system. We also will have the ability for a patient portal, so patients will be able to capture their own lab data, schedule appointments, ask for reschedules, so it'll be much more patient-friendly. The cost of the system will be, we'll be using some reappropriated funds to do the purchase of the computers and the laptops and the technical piece. But with the cost savings of Entergy, which costs about $94,000 a month, we'll be able to cover the software services and then the deliverable component. We also submitted an application to the National Association of City and County Health Officials under their data transformation grant. If that gets approved, and I should hear by the end of the week, we'll get $750,000 for that, which would actually add another 2 to 3 years onto the 5-year contract.
Okay.
Happy to answer any questions.
Do any of my fellow counselors have questions? All right. Sounds like a good project. Thank you. Is there anyone here who'd like to speak on this item? Anyone here from the public who'd like to speak on this item? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, let's move into voting session.
Item 5A is use permit 126H, application of Wilderness Woods Holding LLC to amend the existing use permit to allow freestanding signs to be located on any internal lot or outlot within the boundary of the use permit on property generally located at 8700 Executive Woods Drive, introduced by Weber.
So moved, Beckius.
Second, Carlson.
Second, Carlson. Thank you. Any discussion? Madam Clerk.
Carlson?
Yes.
Duden?
Yes.
Schob?
Yes.
Beckius?
Yes.
Washington?
Yes.
Motion carried 5-0. Item 5B is approving the contract between the City of Lincoln and Patagonia Health, Inc. for electronic health records replacement for a 5-year term with option to renew for 5 additional 1-year terms, introduced by Weber.
So moved, Beckius.
Second,
Carlson. Any discussion? Madam Clerk.
Carlson?
yes.
Duden?
Yes.
Schob?
Yes.
Beckius?
Yes.
Washington?
Yes.
Motion carried 5-0.
All right. Let's move forward to public hearing ordinances, second reading.
Item 6A is change of zone 07060E, Application of Lincoln Federal Bancorp, Inc. to amend the Wilderness Heights Planned Unit Development to add approximately 0.5 acres to increase the maximum number of single-family dwelling units from 270 to 279, with associated waivers on the property generally located at the southeast corner of South 42nd Street and Wilderness Hills Boulevard.
First, is the applicant here to speak on this item? I did not expect that. The applicant did inform us by email that he would like to delay this item. Is there anyone here to speak on this item who's come down to speak on this item today? All right.
Madam Chair?
Councilman Beckius.
As the applicant has requested a delay, I would make a motion to delay this application hearing until January 27th with open comment remaining open until that time period.
Okay. January 27th. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Duden. Any discussion on this item? Okay, I think we're clear. We'll be voting on a motion to delay until January 27th with continued public hearing.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I have a question. Is it just continued public hearing to January 27th, or is that continued public hearing and action?
Continued and action.
Okay,
Yes, public hearing and action. And the applicant will be here on that day as well.
thank you.
All right. Let's call the vote.
I need a second.
Okay.
Second?
Thank you. Carlson.
Or does she need a second?
And she,
No, what
she might have
was
needed a
thinking,
moment
a moment,
and a
yeah.
second. All right.
Schob,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes,
Motion carried 5-0.
thank you very much. All right.
Section 7 is our resolutions first readings, are items 7A through 7M. Section 8 is ordinances first reading and related resolutions, item 8A. Section 9 is our pending list date certain, item 9A. And section 10 is our pending list items 10A through 10C.
All right.
Madam Chair, I'd make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second, Carlson. Call the roll, please.
Duden,
Yes.
Schob,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Carlson,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes,
Motion carried 5-0.
we're adjourned.